Imagine having to choose between paying your electric bill or having enough groceries to feed your family. For millions of Americans, this is not a hypothetical situation. It is their everyday reality. Even if none of us has personally experienced hunger, we all have neighbors, classmates, coworkers, or community members who have relied on food assistance at some point. Because food insecurity exists in every community, each of us has the opportunity to make a difference. In preparation for this speech, I researched information from the government and higher education sources, as well as the medical community and food charity organizations. I also have personal experience with volunteer work at the Northeast Iowa Food Bank. You should volunteer at the Northeast Iowa Food Bank because food insecurity affects millions of people. Food banks provide an essential service to communities, and volunteering benefits both those receiving assistance and those giving their time. First, I will discuss the widespread problem of food insecurity. Second, I will explain how food banks positively impact communities. Finally, I will show how volunteering benefits both others and yourself. Food insecurity is a widespread problem that affects millions of Americans. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 18.3 million households experience food insecurity each year, meaning they lack consistent access to enough nutritious food for an active, healthy life. This means around 47.9 million Americans, including over 402,000 Iowans. Food insecurity affects children, older adults, working families, veterans, and people living in urban and rural communities. Limited access to nutritious food can negatively impact your physical health, your mental health, academic performance, and workplace productivity. Families experiencing food insecurity often face difficult financial decisions between food, housing, healthcare, transportation, and utilities. Fortunately, food banks, such as the Northeast Iowa Food Bank, help reduce these hardships by providing food and connecting people with additional resources. Food banks, like the NEIFB, play an essential role in strengthening communities. Feeding America, of which the NEIFB is a part, explains that food banks help build resilient communities by partnering with local organizations to improve food access and address the root causes of hunger. Research by Schwartz and Capsey argues that charitable food systems have evolved into important community institutions that improve nutrition, support public health, and advocate for long-term solutions to food insecurity. The Global Food Banking Network supports this, saying food banks are successful because they are rooted in, responsive to, and respectful of local contexts. The Northeast Iowa Food Bank, for example, serves communities throughout Northeast Iowa by distributing millions of meals each year through partnerships with food pantries, schools, shelters, and other organizations. Charity Navigator awards the Northeast Iowa Food Bank a 100% 4 out of 4 star rating for accountability and financial responsibility, demonstrating that donated time and resources are used effectively. Food banks like the NEIFB cannot accomplish this important work without volunteers who sort donations, pack food boxes, and assist families. Volunteering at a food bank, such as the Northeast Iowa Food Bank, benefits both the community and the volunteer. Every hour spent sorting, packaging, or distributing food helps ensure that families receive nutritious meals more efficiently. Volunteers allow food banks to serve more people while keeping operating costs lower. Harvard University's Human Flourishing Program reports that volunteering is associated with greater happiness, stronger social relationships, better physical health, and an increased sense of purpose. According to the Mayo Clinic Health System, volunteering reduces stress, combats loneliness, strengthens social connections, and contributes to improved mental and physical health. As someone who has volunteered at the Northeast Iowa Food Bank, I can tell you firsthand that volunteering is incredibly rewarding, from meeting new people, to getting good exercise, to learning just how much you accomplished at the end of your time there. When we volunteer, everyone benefits. The people receiving food, the organizations serving the community, and the volunteers themselves. Today, we have seen that food insecurity affects millions of Americans, that food banks like the NEIFB play an essential role in supporting communities, and that volunteering creates meaningful benefits for both recipients and volunteers. Volunteering at the Northeast Iowa Food Bank is one of the simplest and most effective ways to fight hunger in our community while improving your own well-being. The next time you are on the NEIFB website or they announce a volunteer opportunity, sign up for just a few hours. Those few hours may provide hundreds of meals, strengthen your community, and make a lasting difference in someone's life. One small act of service from you could become hope for an entire family. Thank you.